teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Get the point on the ball. Score on these guys. Check. Hurt.
Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
When you call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He's going deep this time. His first throw is an interception. Picked up by Andrew Phillips. And the Giants have it as he records the first interception of his young career. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue. You can get yourself back to rhythm and back on script.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
First down, here's Russ. Into the hands of Neighbors. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Luhu there for the tackle.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Wilson now from the gun. He lets one fly deep downfield. They're on it. That's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Daniels on first down. That one's incomplete over the middle.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. He's got a man left. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Again, Daniels to the air. Throw complete to Sinnott. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. They have themselves another 1st and 10. that tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Here's 2nd and 11. The screen pass falls incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. And he's going to reach the 6 before he goes out. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the red zone now. And the Giants are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake out the interception. He's looking to throw. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the...
Just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Rush coming for Wilson. He just kept going wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, partner, but I thought we were coming here to call an NFL game, but this is starting more like a baseball game. 2-0 here in the bottom of the 1st. No, just kidding. So there's the 1st quarter here this afternoon.
Yeah, it feels like a pitcher's duel too, right? I mean, there's just a low-scoring affair here out the gate. I'll tell you what this does do, though, Kate. Right in this world of analytics and looking at scores, it starts to screw that just conventional wisdom up. When you get an oddball like this, a safety early, just watch over the course of this game how it may affect some of the decision-making of the coaches.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Push straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Brian Burns coming up with the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Keep the ball moving.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and short, Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. Breaks the tackle, still going. And what a hit there. She pays the price for moving the chains that time.
It's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Taking his shot. Deep down the field it goes. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. Not throw the outside. That gets the job done.
And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Ball placed at the 7. It's second and goal. He'll try with the wideout. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a yard on the pickup. That leaves him with third and goal at the 6. Daniels to throw. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Talk about coming up clutch with that contact on third and goal, partner. And now a decision for this offense to make on fourth down.
We know how hard it could be defensively in these goal-to-go situations. We know that you have got to be on point, every attention to detail. That's a job well done by that defense. Getting that close in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. The drive will start out with a first and 10. Ross off the play fake. He let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. All you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Second and 10 now. And this one won't be caught. We got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. You set it down, score him at the 38. Wilson with it on first. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. It's complete to Darius Slayton. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator's going to be one happy cutie.
Here they come. This is 35. Ross now from the gun. Finds Hyatt. And he's officially in the enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down throw from Wilson. He finds Johnson. Touchdown, New York! The Giants have a single-point lead in the first. Gano's point after is good. And the Giants take a slim 2-point lead. Ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This, our last play of the quarter.
Hey, check that. Street. Stephanie. Offense.
Get some momentum here.
Mahomes back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. We've got a close one here. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this.
Go! Here we go. Keep running. Don't get tackled. Keep going.
Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They'll have it 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Track 6
Make some good calls, offense.
Corey, 70. Keep it up.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas, Clark, and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make the play, just as that tight end did.
It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Back to the well again. 1st down and more past the 40. Into the red zone. He does it. Touchdown, New York. The Giants push this to an 8-point game. Gano for the PAT. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Giants push the lead to 2 scores now. Gano ready to send this away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
After the sack, another pass on second down. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Think, Commanders, just like your name.
5 men in the secondary for the G-men now ahead of third down.
Right there. Hurry, keep it rolling, fellas. Side offense. Juice. Come on. We gotta get that. Check out.
Here's Daniels. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Deontay Banks. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. Gano for the PAT. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Giants take a 16-point lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 18 left. 18 left. 79 Broncos.
Daniels coming back after that pick. Knocking the left side as it ends up incomplete. That was Terry McLaurin on the target. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
We can freeze the defense. We gotta make a play here. Let's line them up, hero. Trap 60.
On 2nd and 10 now. Daniels. Cut by Deebo Samuel. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just making sure that it in. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's go offense. Go.
Daniels on 1st down. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. He carried it from the deep shot. And it's a Washington touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right? You know, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find payback.
We've got ourselves a 9-point game now as they'll kick this off. Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Wilson on 1st and 10. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands. He dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Wilson now from the gun. Looking right, and he finds it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Giants pushing for points. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Wilson now, 1st and 10. Complete to Hyatt. And that's good for a gain of 5. All down that time by Jonathan Jones.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Russ is cooking again. Finds him over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Sticking in the air with Wilson. Completed over the middle. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know coordinator quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Going again. Here's Wilson. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, too. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little giant after the play. Lets the other guy know who roughed him up and cost him that catch.
The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that grows their lead to 12.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniels to throw. That one's complete right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Focus, boys, focus! Do it, baby! Touchdown! Go on the field!
Throwing now, Daniels. He's trying to push the field. And they pick him up again.
this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Trying to push one through there. And now they face second down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for one, maybe 2 more snaps.
Their offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. It just couldn't quite find the connection.
A massive shot towards the end zone. And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're starting 4th and long. The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. This lands deep into the end zone. We're picking things up at the 20 after the touchback. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Back-to-back carries here. Still finding room past the 45. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Wilson with it on 1st. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up 2nd down. Throwing again is Russ. He gets a lock behind one. Deep downfield. And in. Touchdown, New York. Gano for the PAT. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Giants go up by 19. Gano ready to send this away. He fields it from the 8. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play. Jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice choke plays you like to see in the NFL game before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Second down and 10. Daniels. An all-around tough play for him. Took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we called them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
That's a caught reversed. And it will be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Again, Daniels to the air. Throwing the outlet complete. And another small 4-yard chunk there. Drew Phillips making the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, Daniels. He put everything he had into this one. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Divo's got it. And the Giants take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game.
I know he started to play as a defender. Gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. They give it to him again. And that short gain is enough for him to set it down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Motion man right is Slayton. On 1st down, they'll run. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. So now they're going to throw with Wilson. Hyatt with the grab. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap for Wilson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You want throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. But that defense was flying around and making the play.
They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Shotgun, he'll give it to him inside. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10, we need to get some positive yardage here. Plus is going to cook here. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Throwing on third, Wilson. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this is down all the way to the 3. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. A give now from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to?
Intercepted in the end zone.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Make some good plays today.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And this is going to end up incomplete. It's really aired it out there on 1st down. He just couldn't make the connection.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Daniels. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, with a big gain on that play.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Daniels on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st. Shotgun snap to Daniels. They they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're not going to see it in the box score, Kate, at the end of the game, but that was some high-quality zone coverage right there. Great design, tremendous communication, everybody trusting one another, and it allowed them to just collapse that pocket and finally get home.
Trying again, following the sack. Flying close to the 8. And he drives this forward to the 6. It sets him up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He lost the football. And they dodge a turnover there on the return.
You know, awareness, Kate, is one of the best skills anyone on the return team can possess. And normally it's just for hitting blocks and clearing a lane and doing their job. But there it was recognizing the fumble and locating it quickly to save the possession.
First down, here's Russ. Taking a deep shot here. Brought in inside the 20. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants lengthen the lead at the end of the third. Gano ends the point after. And the Giants go up by 19. Gano ready to send this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. On first down, here's Daniels. Catches made down the right sideline. This is the end of the third quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it took a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Good plays today. Let's get out of here with a W, offense.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a nick.
They're on him again. He goes down again. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Come on.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Throwing from the gun here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw if he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on fourth down. He puts some air under this one. Deep right. And that one's going to be knocked away. And that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They'll run here on first down. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he's dropped to just short the marker, maybe a yard away.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
14,
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Defense holds yet again, and now it's 4th
to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying to push this past the marker. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he'll have a short pickup down to 17. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Wilson now from the gun. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Get into the red zone, and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and get 2 hands on it the next time. Get another shot across the bow of the ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Gano ready to send this away. Return coming from the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, no look to throw. Yet again. Constantino's got it. And he makes the half go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Gano for the PAT. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Giants continue piling onto this lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniels coming back after that pick. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Okay. This is it. I'm not having fun anymore. Do that?
Here's Daniels. Finds him on the crossing route. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. They're set up at the 35 now.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line. Let's go. 18 ready. 18 ready. 79 Broncos. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked up by Andrew Phillips. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Defense getting in on the farm block with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Kickoff taken at the 3. He gets popped quickly. Not a nice feeling or a nice return.
Can't have it. I mean, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting to your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's a give up the middle. And he gets this one up to the 10-yard line. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Gotta hurry this to the line. Handoff on 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. They'll run for this. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on down. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back. And this is where you've got to conserve every second. You've got to expect the timeout coming any moment now.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. They'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. So it's a win for the visiting Giants. And they can be proud of their exploits down the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0.